Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for the month of July 2023 for those of you who have Aquarius highly aspected. And if you don't have Aquarius as your sun, moon, or rising, and it's a title or the thumbnail that drew you to this read, I encourage you to stick around. You may find that there is something useful here for you. I find that these readings have about a 1 to 2 month maturity date. So if what we're talking about doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, I encourage you to give this another watch. Mid-August, late August, maybe early September. It'll make a bit more sense then. And if you're looking for insight into the July energy, and again, this, what we're about to talk about just doesn't hit. If you haven't already checked out the May or June reading for Aquarius, please do so. You'll find that because the energies in those videos have now peaked, they may offer you a bit more insight into what you're experiencing now. That being said, let's talk about you. Ten of Pentacles. I gotta say, I'm pretty glad to come across a read that's starting on such a high note. And let's talk about this card for a moment and what it means for you. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Powerful. So it's about what you've built. And it's about those who are closest to you. It's about those you value. It's about what you've been working towards. And it's about what you have to offer to the world and what you'll be leaving behind. Emphasis on those things that are left behind. Those things that you'll be remembered for. There's a lot that you have to be You've achieved a lot. And if you haven't already gotten yourself some flowers, I think you should. I definitely got myself some carnations this evening. There's no special occasion. It's just something that I wanted to do for myself, and maybe you should do that too. Buy yourself some flowers at some point this week. They don't have to be anything too fancy. Just get some that you like. I think it'll add something beautiful to your space. And once you reach certain milestones, I find that it's a nice way that you can reward yourself by literally stopping and smelling the roses. Again, again, they don't have to be roses. I got carnations myself. But yeah. Some of you could be eating tres leches. Super random. I don't know. Yeah, the star card coming out here. Big Aquarius energy. So the more you take stock and you do these small things for yourself, I think it'll do wonderful things for your spirit and make you more sure about your decisions and about the things that you've moved on from and about the things that you're moving toward. What do you want to have next? What do you want to create next? For some of you, what you want to do is bring about an end to what has been a kind of lingering pain. And for some, it has something to do with a fire sign. And it has something to do about words left unsaid. For others of you, it's about things you feel like you can't talk to anyone about. Either because the understanding isn't there or because you've already talked to them about it and there just isn't anything fresh that they have to offer to the conversation. You've beaten that horse dead. And maybe you feel like this person is only going to listen because they love you and not necessarily because they want to hear about it anymore or can relate to you. And maybe all you really want is for someone to relate to you, to understand you about this one thing, and maybe that's what you feel like you need in order to put that last nail in that coffin. Now, that's not to say that the water sign hasn't been there for you, and that's not to say that they haven't helped. The truth is that they have, time and time again. So I think that keeping certain things close to your chest, or maybe feeling like you've gotten so much help that maybe you just want to handle this thing on your own, is something that you feel like you have to do or want to do because you've gotten so much help. And that there should be some things that you can conquer or should conquer alone. There's a Dumbledore quote that comes to mind where he says, help is always given at Hogwarts to those who deserve it, as opposed to help is always at Hogwarts for those who need it. Perhaps what you should be thinking about is how the resources that you have in people, So there could be something here about HR. I don't know if that's a career choice for you, or maybe you're having a conversation with HR, or there are just some incidents that take place that fall within the scope of what HR would handle. But just keep in mind, HR at a company is they work for the company. So we just really want to be wise about who we're reaching out to for help, and whether or not you're reaching out for help in the right places. Who are you asking for advice? Who are you venting to? Are you really a victim? Can you really not manage? If any of you work in corporate America, or you ever have before, you know that when you're working on a task and you're really trying to get shit done, knowing who to contact, knowing which business partners to leverage it's a pretty big part of your success. Because if you're reaching out and asking for help and you're asking someone who it's not their area of expertise, you're wasting a whole bunch of time, and you're just involving more people who don't really have anything substantive to offer you, and you're not getting any closer to your solution. So the task here is to think about who realistically would be able to offer you the solutions that you feel as though you need. Those are the people you should be contacting. Those are the people you should be reaching out to. And if you're the only one that can give yourself those answers, if you're the only one that can help you find that kind of solace, then just know that it's okay to take a step back, say no to a few invites, and spend some time alone and work through your shit. There's nothing shameful about taking responsibility or taking accountability and taking control of your life and taking your circumstances into your own hands and doing something with that and making it better for yourself. All of that being said, there is also no shame in leveraging the right people in your life, the right influences in your life, those who are going to offer something meaningful to the conversation. Because I get that some of you might feel tempted to bark up the wrong tree out of a feeling of loneliness or feeling as though you aren't understood. So you're tempted to lean on someone who's been reliable time and time again in the past, and they will be reliable now and in the future, especially just depending on the role they play in your life and how important this person is to you and how much you mean to them. But it's even more so important to ask the right person, someone who's a bit more knowledgeable in that particular area. No disrespect intended. There is nothing wrong with seeking a second opinion. I hope this helped, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.